Okay, so we're going to look at some work to do with the averages. So we'll look at a list of numbers first, and we can see here it's saying to work out the median of the scores for this 10 roles. Median is, remember, size order first, and then find middle value in the data. Okay, so when we're doing the median, then we need to write this out in size order, and then we find the middle value in the data, and that's going to be the median average. So we can see then that we have two 2s, and we have 1, 2, 3 3s, and then we have 1, 2, 3 4s, and we have a 5 and a 6. We'll check we have the 10 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If the question had asked us for the mode average, then this would have been bimodal, because there were 3 3s and there were 3 4s. So this would have been bimodal, and we would have said that it was 3 and 4. As it happens, the question wanted the median, so we need to be in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to be in the middle, then we have to be here, and so we have to go between 3 and 4. So the answer will be 3.5. To find the mean, we need to remember the simple definition of the mean. It's the total of all numbers, so it's the total of all data in this case, and then we divide by the number of data points. In this case, then, we're going to add up all the numbers, so that's going to be 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, and we're going to divide by the number of data points, which was 10. So if we add these up, then it's a no calculator question, so 2, 4, 7, 10, 13, 17, 21, 25, 30, 36, and then we're dividing by 10. And 36 divided by 10, the digits go back one place. The decimal point was there originally, so the digits go back one place to become 3.6. So the mean average then is 3.6. It then asks us to calculate the range of the scores, and what we need to remember about the range is it's the highest value take away the lowest value. So in this case, it's going to be the highest value was 6. Take away the lowest value, which was 2, so it's going to be 4. So what they're saying is that the spread of the numbers, how far apart they were, was 4 from the lowest to the biggest. So it's just a case of remembering the range high-low, so high, take away the lowest. Okay, so one more question on the test that was to do with averages, and let's find it. Okay, so this one was about a table of data, so a frequency table, and what we've got to remember about frequency tables is how we read those. I mean, this is saying that there was 9 students who scored 1 goal, 3 students who scored 2 goals, and so forth, because it's about students scoring goals in hockey matches. So the question goes on and talks about the modal average, and modal again is just a fancy way of saying the most often, so modal, most, and it's about the highest frequency, because if you've got something that's happening the most, it must have happened the highest number of times, so the highest frequency. So when we look at our list, then we can see that 1 goal was scored by 9 students, so that's the most often number of goals scored. The other ones were less. So the answer here then will be 1 goal for the modal average. It says work out a range of the number of goals, so we've got to remember this is about the number of goals, so it's this column here, and the range never changes its definition, so the range is equal to the highest value minus the lowest value. So in this case it's going to be highest value is 4, take away the lowest value of 1, so it's going to be equal to 3 goals. It then says work out the mean number of goals. Well, we need to remember that the mean average is defined as the total, so this is about goals, so the mean is going to be the total number of goals scored. and then you're going to divide it by the number of students, so how many students contributed to the number of goals. So to get the total number of goals scored then, these 9 students scored 1 goal, so this is going to be the number of goals scored altogether. So this was 1 times 9, so 9. 3 students scored 2 goals, so 2 times 3 is 6. 5 students scored 3 goals, so 5 times 3 is 15. And 3 students scored 4 goals, so 4 times 3 is 12. So basically we're just finding out, so it would be better if it's 3 times 5, because just following the pattern then. 1 times 9, 2 times 3, 3 times 5, 4 times 3. So this is just giving us the total number of goals. So that's what we're going to get there, the total number of goals. And we add up those then, so 9, 15, 30, 42. So the total number of goals scored was 42. And they were scored by the 20 students, or the question did tell us it was 20, but we always add up the frequencies to get the number of items in the table. And so the question says work out the mean, so the total number of goals scored was 42, and we're going to divide that by the number of students, which was 20. And 42 divided by 20 is, well, do 42 divided by 10 first, which is 4.2, and then we're dividing by 20, so we halve that down to become 2.1 goals per student. So that's a little bit of a reminder about calculating the averages from sets of data, whether it's lists or tables. You will get some questions on this, guys, in your exams, so it's worth practicing this topic well. So make sure you understand how to calculate all the averages, the mode, the mean, the median, and to also calculate the range, and ideally be able to interpret what they tell you about the data as well.